Hello everybody, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you would so my videos get shared out. I've recently had a bunch of requests to talk about Linux, in that many people believe that 2026 is going to be the year of the Linux desktop. They're already dominant on servers and have been for a long time, and with phones like the Android phone, which is Linux based, and a bunch of other things that are Linux based like the Steam Deck and all this kind of stuff. But will this year be the year of the Linux desktop? Well, I got news for you. I don't think so. Because early on, Linux had a reputation that you had to be a geek, a programmer, a network engineer, whatever, some kind of operating system geek or networking geek to be able to run Linux. And in the early days, I would honestly say that that was probably true to a large degree. It's not true today. Last year twice I loaded the latest rolling releases of Ubuntu on my primary PC, my office, that I use for like video editing or, doing papers, surfing the web, whatever it is I do. Primarily use that, and I use Kubuntu on my laptop. But over the years, I've consistently took other distributions and loaded to see how they worked and what they did. And this last year, on Deepin and KDE Plasma, GNOME, I saw major steps forward. But I don't believe that that it's going to be the year of the desktop until major hardware manufacturers, mainline manufacturers, start having them in Walmart and other stores like Dell and HP and Lenovo and all these hardware manufacturers actually start producing their hardware with Linux actually installed. I think that Linux at the point that they could be on those, but they're not. And that's kind of the issue. Because your normal, regular, non-technical people don't know enough or don't feel like they know enough to actually install it on a machine themselves. And that's where the issues start to arrive. Because the normal average person who's not a technical geek just wants to turn on the computer they just bought at Walmart or Costco or wherever and have it work right out of the box, so that they can just tweak the little things that they want or they like and have everything be functioning. They don't want to have to go through the process of downloading an ISO, creating a bootable thumb drive, and installing it, and then possibly have to deal with hardware issues even to install it because of these modified BIOSes that were modified for Windows, quite frankly. Because Linux and BSD and stuff like that don't use that TPT or whatever you call it, security module that was developed just for Windows. So you got to shut it off to load it. So my answer is, could 2026 be the year of the Linux desktop? Yeah, it should be, because it's just as easy to install. You can install it without ever using command prompts. I did. I installed it all by GUI interface and, added printers and whatever stuff. I never did a command prompt. So the average person could, but somebody's got to understand that the average Windows user can't install Windows either. And I think that's where we're at. So could it be the year of the Linux desktop? Yes. Will it be? No, because the hardware manufacturers won't ship their equipment out to the big major retailers with some distribution of Linux installed. So I don't believe it's going to happen. I believe that 2026 could be a bigger year for Linux than Linux maybe has ever had, but I don't believe it's going to be the year of the Linux desktop. Could be the start of another year to be the Linux desktop, but until we can convince manufacturers to start producing hardware, i.e. laptops and PCs, with Linux distributions installed, we'll kind of be where we've been at for the last 20 years. That's all I got to say for today. Take care. God bless. I'll see you in the next one.